Uncle John Kusowyuk, was born on Nunivak Island near Cape Mendenhall near the village of Jagatheagun in 1909. He and his family moved from spring camp to summer camp to fall camp and then to their winter site, following the seals, birds, and other game. Uncle John grew up in the care of his uncle, as he lost his father when he was still very young. He said, "When my uncle Nayeram took me in, I never went barefoot again." Uncle John learned life skills in the traditional Yupik way, watching his elders in the Kusowyuk, practicing hunting with small bows and arrows and snares. After spending many hours observing the older men carving wooden bowls for eating and gathering, masks for ceremonies, and figurines and cribbage boards for visitors, Uncle John also tried carving. No one showed him how to make objects. He learned by watching.
I really did not know how to make these by myself. I learned by constantly trying. I have learned also by copying the work that I have seen. I am now able to make these.
As the elders he learned from did, Uncle John made his own tools, the adze for working on a larger piece of driftwood until it is ready for finer work, and a curved knife for smoothing and making fine details for finishing work. He still uses the traditional curved carving knife. The idea of an artist and what that person made is different now from what Uncle John knew in his younger days.
People who made arts and crafts were not many when I was young. At the present time, there are many artists learning to carve ivory, and the numbers have grown. Learning by themselves, teaching themselves, they are able to make better and better things. They did not make carvings like these. They only made utilitarian things for their own use, like the older men making kayaks.
Uncle John always lived a subsistence lifestyle, living from the animals, the sea, and the land. He used some of his carvings for everyday living: bowls to eat from, masks and drums to dance with, ladles to dip and stir. Cribbage boards and figurines he would sell to visitors on the island, or mail to Sitka or Juneau to sell in shops there. His money provided him with little extras and some necessities, such as fuel and foodstuffs.
They did not make these things when I was young. They did not know of them. When I was young and first started carving, there were no places to sell things until someone came along and bought them. At that time, we even traded the things we carved for chewing gum. I used to be thankful for that, as if it was a big sale. At that time, there were not very many gussocks. When we first saw white men, they seemed unpredictable. We used to be afraid of gussocks, the ones that arrived in ships. It is easier to sell things now because there are many gussocks to buy these crafts that we make.
No, I'm not. I'm in radio. I forget what's in my phone. Four. Mm-hmm. And this one? Oh, yeah. Okay. You? How about this one? And this one?
Kusowyuk. Kanauta kokkanemuntun tagan ka. Kattumen tasana kipututulimu. Natsonaka. Lafkakkana koksanaktuskakon rilno.
I sell the things I carved to the Kusowyuk Museum and also the Martha store here in Bethel. I also sell my carvings in Anchorage when I am there.
Tamuntalitun nitaktuanga. Tetranga pisiyan kaktuanga mai kattum kipututakngat kanaut manneakam. Akatlo angkuli chamuntun nikutas kong makun. Ayak longat tamang tayar sama.
Uncle John uses mostly materials that are native to Nunivak Island in making his artwork. He uses driftwood that has been gathered from the ocean beaches, ivory from the walrus, paints from the clays found in the earth, and quills from bird feathers. He used to gather all his materials by himself from Nunivak and Nelson Islands, but now he gets his relatives to gather these materials for him. Uncle John moved from Nunivak Island to Bethel in 1980. He lives here with his wife and 4 stepchildren. He has become well known locally and within the anthropological field for his beautiful and traditional Nunivak style of carving. Dorothy Jean Ray cited Uncle John in her book, Aleut and Eskimo Art, as the only person still carving the Nunivak elongated animal-style ivory tusk. Uncle John's work can be viewed in the permanent collection and the museum shop at the Kusowyuk Regional Museum in Bethel. Uncle John participated as one of the master carvers in a local mask carving workshop. An apprentice studied under him, and the finished mask is now used by the Bethel native dancers in their dance performances.
After I think about what I am going to make and how it could turn out, I go ahead and make it, even though it doesn't turn out as good as I want it to. The things I make now are not as good as the things I used to make when I was younger. I do not have as much material to work with now as I used to. Not working and not making this artwork is not good. When you do not carve, you are short of money. But if you do work, you are able to get what you want. When I carve, then I can earn enough money to get some tea.
Haki ko yoga kaman to nakakam ki.